Hi, this is Faith Bernard, the holistic entrepreneur, doing this video from my home in beautiful Sedona, Arizona. And today we're going to talk about a simple process. You can do this process online or offline, but it's really the process that I learned back 30 plus years ago in my network marketing. Oh, let's just say from my mentor, really the person that coached me and really got me launched into the network marketing profession. And it's a simple process, and like I said, it can be used whether you're marketing, online or offline, it's still the same process. This is really the process that builds massive organizations. It's so simple that you might overlook it or not really take hold of it, but if you actually apply it and you understand it, and you understand why it's powerful, then it's going to really make a big difference in the stickiness, if you will. When I say stickiness, I mean the retention rate of your distributors, because just because you enroll a new person into your organization doesn't mean that they will stay active. And you are going to have a certain amount of attrition. That's just a natural part of the process of having a business. However, you can increase that retention rate and their success rate by having simple systems and processes that people simply rinse and repeat, right? Rinse and repeat. So let's talk about what that process is. The first thing is to get a person's attention. If you're doing that online, you might be doing that through a Facebook ad. You might be doing it, some marketing that you're doing through Google. Perhaps you're doing a promoted post, which is a paid post that you can do from your Facebook page, from your profile page, or from a business page. And that's very affordable, and you're going to get a person's attention. And just, we call it piquing interest. And if you're offline, meaning that you're at a networking event, or you happen to be talking to someone on the phone, or you run into someone, you want to listen, really listen, ask questions, and then when you hear a pain point or you hear something that just sort of lets you know this is a positive, engaging person, they may be open. And it may be that you pique their interest around a product or service that you're promoting, or you may pique their interest around the business opportunity. It will really depend on the individual and also the direction that you're taking. I think it's really important to paint the large picture that there is an income opportunity, but sometimes you'll lead with the product, and that can also work into a discussion about the business. The first part of this process is called A for getting their attention. It's the whole acronym is ADAC. So it's AIDAC. So ADAC. And so A is get their attention, I is to build interest. And the way you build interest is through a tool, something other than yourself. Typically these days it's online video. That's usually the quickest and easiest thing, to send someone a link through Facebook, through email, that kind of thing. No one uses, an actual DVD anymore, or a CD, I should say, or yeah, I meant to say DVD. God, it's been so long. I'm not even using DVDs anymore. I do everything online. So even if you run into someone in person, you may send them to their cell phone a video to watch. Perhaps you will also send it to them on email or through a private message on Facebook. Those are just examples. Again, you're going to pique their interest, which is get their attention, and then you're going to do the I, which is build interest. You do that through a tool, usually a video, okay? And then D stands for desire. And the only way desire happens is through third party. Now that third party could happen through a conference call. It could happen through an online group. You invite them into a group on Facebook, so there'd be third party validation. It could be a Facebook thread that has multiple people in it, and they're all validating their excitement for the product, service, or opportunity, or community that thread topic is about. So again, that would be third party. Or it could be a three-way call, and that call again is getting third-party validation. Someone besides yourself telling the story, whether it's the story about the product and the opportunity. If they hear that story, they've heard it from you, they trust you either because you know them or because you've connected with them through some kind of marketing you're doing. But when they hear the story again from yet someone else besides you, because you're sort of the first person they talk to about it, then they're going to hear it differently. And that's called third-party validation, and that's what actually builds a desire. We've seen a lot of people sponsor numerous people into businesses. You know, perhaps they're a good salesperson or they have a large sphere of influence, but if they don't use third-party, whether it's through online third-party environments like threads and communities, or a conference call, you know, sort of more of an what we consider an offline approach, or through a three-way call, you're never going to really create much duplication on your team. So that's where the desire comes in, because their desire starts being built because their belief system is being built, because they're hearing about it, the whole situation is being validated beyond what you've just shared personally with them. Okay, so now after desire is A again, and now A stands for action. They're going to take some kind of action. If it's a product-based company, it may be just try the products and perhaps think about the business, but they're going to try the products initially. And then if it's a product or service, then they're going to want to use that product or service. So that's A for taking action, and hopefully in some cases we'll also be taking action on the business opportunity as well. So that's, we'll review that again. It's getting their attention, so that's A, and then I is building interest through a tool, and that's usually a video. And then D is for desire, that's some kind of third-party validation. And then A, again, now it's for taking some kind of action. And then the last one is commitment. And this is really interesting, because this, again, is what's going to lead to your ability to build a massive organization. It's when you get in front of their decision-making people. Okay? So when you get in front of your person's decision-making people. So perhaps you are enrolling people because you're doing some Facebook networking, you're doing Facebook ads, what have you. When you do those things, you're going to take them through this process, but they're not going to be truly committed until you're in front of their decision-making people. And they may be doing advertising, or they may be doing their warm market initially. They may be reaching out to friends they already have on Facebook, you know, just networking on Facebook, that kind of thing. Whatever the case is, you need to be in front of their decision-making people, because they're not going to really be committed until you are. So that is it. That's ADAC. And yes, it's deceptively simple, but you don't want to underestimate the power of it. And then you want to teach this four-step process, if you will, whether again you're doing online marketing, offline marketing, or both. And hopefully you're doing both, because I think together they're extremely powerful. But the process will remain the same. It doesn't matter. So again, A, get their attention. I, build interest through a tool like a video. D, build desire through a three-way call and or third-party validation environment like a Facebook thread and or group. Okay, and then A for action. They're going to take an action on the product or service or move forward with the business. And C is commitment. They're now committed because you're in front of their decision-making people. And why is that so important? It's because, one, now they have something at stake. They have something that they could potentially lose because you've spoken to their people. They're enrolling individuals because of that third-party validation, and now they have something at stake. They have their either personal friends, colleagues, business colleagues, friends on Facebook, and or people they're meeting through their marketing, and now they know, wow, I've got a resource. They actually have an asset they're building. If you want to think of it that way, as an asset building when you're building a team, you're multiplying yourself many times over. It's a really, really powerful concept. When people really get residual income, you just really can't sleep at night, and you certainly do not want to go back to business as normal, because there's nothing like leveraged income or residual income. So again, when you're in front of their decision-making people, wow, watch the magic happen. And then you're just going to simply teach them to do the same thing. Teach them how to pique interest, not throw up on people, not be salesy, not constantly send out links all the time on Facebook, but to build value, build connections, build relationships, and then pique interest. And then, of course, we went through the process. So it's just that simple. This is going to be, I'm going to keep this video short because it's really not a whole lot more to say about it than that. And have fun with it is something you can apply to your business immediately, whether you're someone that is doing online marketing or not, it really doesn't matter. You could just be talking to people that you know in your immediate environment, and this is going to work. So everyone, have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you on the next video, everyone.